Okay, welcome. So today I wanted to just say thank you to everyone who has donated so far for our upcoming documentary. Really appreciate that. I also want to update some filming we did a couple of days ago, and I went to a conference last night with Nick Duffel and Alex Renton. So talk a bit about that. Okay, thank you. Okie dokie. So first of all, a big thank you to everyone who has donated, shared, commented on some of the posts or videos regarding the fundraising. So far we've raised $2,500, which is wonderful. Thank you so much. That's in the first 5 days, and we're just going to keep going. The fundraising is going to go for 60 days, and our goal is basically £80,000, and we're just looking at all different areas to raise this money. What's the film about? The film is about the childhood trauma of our leaders. Are our leaders traumatized? And what might the impact be, if they are, on the rest of the world? And so, we've interviewed so far Gabor, Nick Duffel, Joy Shavrin, Alex Renton, Susan Zedike, so developmental psychologists, psychotherapists. And so that's the idea, is getting this message out there. What is the impact on children and then the adults they become? So yeah, thank you for that. Then on Monday as well, we were filming 3 women for the documentary, and what were their experiences, hearing them speak. And yeah, it was a lot of deep grief on my part, a lot of tears coming up as I shared some of my stories with them, and they shared some of theirs with me, of how boarding school has impacted them. So that was very powerful. So we're just putting together the footage of that, and then that will go in the final film. And then last night I went to a online conference run by the Bowlby Centre, which I attended and I spoke on 2 weeks ago, and then I attended last week with Joy Shavrin and Simon Partridge. And last night it was Nick Duffel and Alex Renton, and they were talking about our leaders and boarding school and just how that might have impacted them. So very much linked in with the film. And I thought it was great. I made quite a lot of notes. There was one thing in particular that Alex Renton said about children, and he said that the schools smash these children to pieces and then make them grow an artificial shell. And when he said that, I was like, wow, And then he talked about this idea of bonding to the institution and to each other. And this is what we see with our leaders, is they're bonded to the institution, to each other, not to those that they serve. They don't care about those they serve because they have this artificial shell. There was also another word, I think it was Alex who said fantastically dangerous in words for these leaders. Nick Duffel talked about that they develop an ability to lie, these leaders, and they can't admit they're wrong. We spoke about Tony Blair, the Iraq War. There was millions of people on the streets, and yet still he could not admit that he was wrong. And that very much comes from boarding school. So yeah, that was really great. And our work is to keep getting this message out there. If you have been to boarding school, or you are wondering what's happening with the country, with our leaders, or you're big supporter of Gabor Mate's work, Nick Duffel, Joy Shavrin, my work, then please share this fundraising. We're not going through BBC, Channel 4, some of these other avenues, partly because we want to keep some integrity with the film. It's like, what's the message we want to get out there? Channel 4, BBC are both run by ex-boarders. They might commission it, but then it might never go out. So our work is, no, we want to get this out independently and get the message out. What is the impact of boarding schools? So that's why we're doing it independently. So any support, whether it's financial or just sharing it or commenting, putting it onto social media, emailing friends, messaging them saying, have you seen this? This is incredible. So please do. It's going to be word of mouth. So, if you're inspired by the message, watch the promo. I'll put it into the description. Please do share it. And I really appreciate everyone who has and your donations. It's been amazing. So bless you, bless you. So this Friday, I've got a podcast going live with a former head of department, a teacher, talking about the education system. And then next week, I've got a professor from Durham University to talk about, the education system, going into more depth of just the disparity between public schools, private schools, and the state schools, and what that does to our society. So I'm going to be talking with Dr. Sol Gamsu this Friday. So yeah, bless you. Thank you so much for your support. Feel a little tired at the moment. I was away in London last weekend for a conference, and obviously filming down south last weekend, the week just gone. So yes, it's exciting. So I'm excited at the moment. So thank you for your support. Okay, take care.